and good morning. Never got a chance to do any more reviews yesterday morning, so here I am today. Got one from my garden. I'd like to start on some milder ones before I work up to like the Jamaican number 4 that Todd sent me. So, one that I haven't had a chance to try yet this year. I'm hoping I'll get a ripe one. I have one pod left on my plant, but they're all starting to get kind of spongy, so I'm not sure if the last one will ripen or not. I have very few seeds of these left. That's called the Tasmanian Red number 1. Supposedly chinense, but I'm suspecting an annuum. These look kind of similar to those chocolate habanero hybrids that Dale from Baker's Peppers sent me, that I was very suspicious that they were an annuum based on the flavor and seeds and whatever else. So, Tasmanian Red. Let's bite it open and see. I don't know anything about it. I know there's a Tasmanian habanero, but this is not that. Tasmanian habaneros don't start off black. Here's what they look like inside. Quite green still, but down the hatch. Oh boy. Damn. Okay, so these are a bit hotter than I thought. Definitely an annuum. Raspberry-like flavor. Lips are burning pretty good. Whole inside of my mouth. Really hard hitting. Right in the throat. Very even coating for an annuum. Which leads me to believe it's pretty warm. I'd put that on the upper end of 100,000, you know, close to that 80,000 or so. Sorry, hiccups are getting me. I'm trying to power through them and still be descriptive. I don't like sitting for too long without saying something, because in the moment kind of goes in a tunnel down my throat. Really strong. Yeah, those are pretty warm. Yeah, that is pretty hot. Got that. Similar to when I ate like the chili de arbol or the extra hot hatch, that kind of burn, where I described it like, they call it snake bite or Indian burns when I was a kid, where you'd take someone's arm skin and go like this, so that it kind of, you know, the friction, that's the kind of sensation. The whole top of my tongue's just throbbing with that prickly, burning, friction kind of sensation. Under my tongue is getting it too. Roof of the mouth is going pretty good. Lips are glowing. I'm drooling like a storm drain. Oh, Nose is starting to drain now. My face is feeling a little warm. I'm not really sweating. Maybe faint on my eyebrows here, but it's just more just that strong throbbing prickle on all my whole tongue. It feels swollen almost. Ooh, that one caught me off guard. The flavor was tasted like an unripe annuum. It didn't really have a strong bitterness to it, but just unripe. It's not really sweet yet. Not really tart at all. Maybe faintly, but really watery. Easy to chew up, even though it was getting a little wrinkly and dried out. It wasn't like tough or jerky like. Really easy to chew. Pretty high moisture content still, but the heat, I could feel it right away. My lips are still going at a pretty good level. Throat, I can definitely feel a pretty strong emanation of heat from there. And it's just more my tongue than anything. It's just really swollen feeling and into my throat a little bit. That's pretty intense. It's not hitting my stomach hard. It's just everything stuck to my inside of my mouth right away. That's an unusual characteristic too. Even with like super hots, you're bound to get some. So this heat level must be just on the borderline where the capsaicin can all bind without sending too much down to my throat. It just really feels like it's 80 to 100,000 Scovilles. Just that pulsating, prickly, snake bite kind of burn to it. But not really much happening all the way down. I mean, faintly, but it's not like when I eat anything chin-ins where I can instantly feel that trail of warmth going down into my stomach. But it's still very strong, definitely over 50,000. I've had plenty of 50,000 Scoville peppers, especially annuums, those red chilies that I've been referring to as bird's eyes. Those are right probably at the 50,000 mark or so, or a little bit more. But definitely these ones are higher than that. But yeah, raspberry-like notes to the flavor, which I've had from a few annuums before too. Actually, those red chilies had that was more like a cherry-like hint. Doesn't taste like a cherry. I'm not saying this tastes like a raspberry per se, but it has a fruity type character to it that reminds me of the essence of like what I refer to as like a raspberry soda flavor. Not exactly like biting into a fresh raspberry, but a somewhat similar essence and hints to the flavor is what I really mean. But this is still going at a pretty decent level here. My tongue, sides of my tongue, whole top of my tongue, lips are still glowing, nose draining, drool's kind of calmed down a little bit, but it's still coming forth into my throat. Feels warm, like still radiating a little bit. It's not stingy anymore. Same thing with my tongue. It's not stinging or prickling like it was. It's kind of more just a glowing warmth, but it's still definitely going at a good level. Yeah, so Tasmanian Red #1. I'd really like to grow these again. I tried them last year and the seedlings died when they were like this tall, so I was bummed out about that. Then this year I grew them and I figured, the plot at my mom's is going to be nice because they get so much more sun. The plants will get huge because their pepper plants did really well last year. And some of mine did well this year out there. But this one got hit by that fungus. I thought it was going to die. And then I go to pick up some other plants out of the ground for overwintering about a month ago. And I see that one has little pods on it. So I exhumed that one and brought it home, and it just never produced enough to do anything with us. So I still have a couple of those seeds left. I'd like to try them again because that's a good heat level, and I wouldn't mind making a powder out of just those. But yeah, Tasmanian Red #1. Pretty decent flavor, unripe, not bitter, so it doesn't have an ornamental flavor, and it's really hot. So cool. All right. Thanks for watching. See you later.